The exact moment, your consciousness changes and you almost never notice it. There is a very specific instant in every person's life when something changes inside. It is not a visible event. It is not a big external breakthrough. It does not come with obvious signs, applause, or announcements from the universe. On the contrary, most of the time, this moment goes completely unnoticed, and yet it is the most decisive point in your entire journey. This moment does not happen when you achieve something, but when you stop reacting the way you used to, when the same situation that once hurt you no longer causes the same pain, when the same fear appears but no longer paralyzes you, when silence stops feeling threatening and becomes just silence. That is when your consciousness changes, even if your external life still looks exactly the same. Most people believe transformation begins when everything gets better, but the truth is the opposite. Transformation begins when you change internally before any external evidence exists. And that is why almost no one notices, because there is no proof. Only a strange feeling that something no longer fits the way it used to. Maybe you have already felt this. A phase where you are no longer comfortable with the old, but you still cannot see the new. A phase where nothing seems to happen, but you also cannot go back to who you were. This is the territory of consciousness change, an invisible, silent, and deeply uncomfortable space. It is exactly at this point that the universe observes you more closely. Not to punish you, but to verify whether the change is real or just emotional. Because emotions pass, consciousness does not. When your consciousness changes, your patterns change. And when your patterns change, reality is forced to reorganize. The problem is that this interval creates confusion. Many people think they are losing faith, when in reality they are spiritually maturing. They think they are unmotivated, when in fact they no longer accept crumbs. They think they are stuck, when in truth they are detaching from an old identity. At this stage, the universe often reduces external stimuli. People drift away, invitations disappear, the noise fades. Not because you are being forgotten, but because your consciousness is being recalibrated. It is as if the field around you is clearing interference to align you with a new frequency. And here is something important. If you try to force results at this moment, you delay the process. The mind wants action. Consciousness wants alignment. That is why so many people get lost trying to return to old comfort, even knowing it no longer serves them. The real shift happens when you realize you do not need to understand everything right now. When you stop asking for signs and start trusting the silence. When you accept having no control but keep your intention. This is the exact point where your vibration changes without effort. From there, something curious begins to happen. Small coincidences appear, thoughts become clearer, decisions feel simpler. Not because life became easy, but because your consciousness stopped fighting the flow. You begin to act with less anxiety and more presence. And that changes everything. If you are living through a strange, silent, or seemingly stagnant phase, this may not be a delay. It may be the exact moment of change that almost no one notices. The instant when your consciousness shifts to a level where you no longer accept living on autopilot. If this message resonates with you, pause for a moment and reflect. Do you feel that something inside you is no longer the same, even though your external life has not yet caught up? Write this in the comments. Recognizing this point is a powerful step. Stay until the end of this video, because when you understand this process, you stop sabotaging your own evolution. And when you stop sabotaging, the universe responds with precision. Trust it. The change that begins in silence is usually the most permanent. If this content helped you, like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to continue receiving messages that elevate your consciousness and align your reality.